Welcome back my YouTube channel. Today I will telling about in today's video, we explore the 1987 United States $quarter coin, one of the most collected modern coins in American numismatic history. While the 1987 quarter may look like a common circulating coin, it holds interesting details, historical importance, and hidden value depending on condition, rarity, and special errors. The 1987 quarter features the classic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. This design has appeared on U.S. quarters since 1932, marking the 200th birth anniversary of the first President of the United States. On the obverse, we see the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year 1987. The mint mark, if present, is placed just next to Washington's ponytail. The reverse features the bold American eagle with spread wings, clutching arrows, and an olive branch. This design symbolizes the balance between peace and strength. Above the eagle is the inscription, "United States of America," and below it, $quarter. Now let's talk about the value. Most 1987 quarters are made from a copper-nickel clad composition and were struck in huge quantities for general circulation. Because of this, a typical worn 1987 quarter still holds its face value of 25 cents. However, the real value appears when the coin is in mint state condition or features rare errors. A 1987 quarter in brilliant uncirculated MS-65 grade can fetch between $5 and $15, depending on the mint mark and eye appeal. Higher grade coins in MS-66 or MS-67 can bring significantly more, with some selling for $50 to $150 at auctions. Error coins are where collectors get excited. Some 1987 quarters feature off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or missing clad layers. These error types can increase the value dramatically. Depending on severity, collectors may pay anywhere from $50 to over $300 for a rare and dramatic error. Coins from special mint sets or those with strong luster, sharp details, and no scratches are especially desirable. If your 1987 quarter appears unusually shiny or features a mint error, it may be worth getting graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. Overall, the 1987 Washington quarter is a fascinating piece of American coinage. While many are common, high-grade examples and error varieties can make this coin surprisingly valuable. Always check your pocket change, you never know when you might find a hidden treasure. Next coin. If you have a 1989 United States $quarter coin, you may be holding more than just 25 cents. Some pieces from this year have unique features and errors that collectors are searching for. Today, we explore the history, design, mintage, and value of the 1989 quarter, and what makes certain coins worth far more than face value. History of the 1989 $quarter. The 1989 quarter is part of the long-running Washington quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of America's first president, George Washington. These quarters continued with the same basic design from 1932 until 1998, before the state quarter program began in 1999. The 1989 quarter was struck during the period when quarters were made using the copper-nickel clad composition, a change introduced in 1965 to eliminate rising silver costs. This composition contains a pure copper core with outer layers of copper and nickel, giving the coin strength and durability for everyday circulation. Design features the obverse. Front features the portrait of George Washington designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Inscriptions include, "Liberty in God we trust." The mint year 1989. A mint mark for P, Philadelphia, D, Denver, or S, San Francisco. The reverse, back, shows the heraldic eagle standing on a bundle of arrows, symbolizing strength, with olive branches beneath to represent peace. This classic design remained unchanged for decades. Mintage numbers. The 1989 quarter was produced in very large quantities for regular circulation. Philadelphia Mint, P over 512 million minted. Denver Mint, D over 896 million minted. San Francisco Mint, S 3+ million minted. Proof coins. Because of these massive mintages, most 1989 quarters are common. However, collectors especially look for high-grade examples and rare mint errors. Collector value of the 1989 quarter. Here is the general value breakdown. 1. Circulated condition. Most 1989 P and D quarters found in pocket change are worth 25 cents. They are simply too common. Point 2. Uncirculated condition. A sharp, uncirculated 1989 quarter with nowhere can sell for $2 to $6 for average, uncirculated $10 to $25 for higher grade examples, MS 66 and above. Top grade pieces certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC are the most desirable. Point 3. Proof coins. 1989 S-proof quarters made for collectors can be worth $3 to $6 depending on condition. Deep cameo proof examples can bring $10 plus 4. Error coins. The high-value category. Some 1989 quarters with mint errors can bring $50 to several $100s. Collectors look for double die obverse or reverse off-center strikes, broad strikes, missing clad layer, clipped planchets. These coins are rarer and significantly more valuable. Next coin. The most commonly collected modern coins from the United States, the 1998 $quarter coin. While it may look like an ordinary piece of change, the 1998 quarter marks an important year in American coinage history and has several key details that collectors love to study. So let's explore the coin's history, design, specifications, and current value in the coin market. The 1998 quarter belongs to the long-running Washington Quarter series, first introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birth anniversary of George Washington, the first President of the United States. For decades, this design remained unchanged, but 1998 was especially important because it was the final full year before the launch of the 50-state quarters program in 1999. This makes the 1998 issue the last of the classic Washington quarters before one of the biggest design changes in U.S. coin history. On the obverse side, the coin features the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. Above his head appears the word Liberty, while the motto, "In God We Trust," is placed just to the left. At the bottom is the year of minting, 1998. Below Washington's neck, you will see the mint mark P for Philadelphia, D for Denver, or S for San Francisco. While the Philadelphia and Denver coins were produced in the hundreds of millions, the San Francisco mint struck proof versions made especially for collectors. On the reverse side is the traditional American bald eagle, with wings spread, perched on a bundle of arrows, and framed by an olive wreath. This design had been used since 1932, and 1998 is one of the last years to feature it before the state quarters designs replaced it. The coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighs 5.67 grams, and has a diameter of 24.26 millimeters. Even though it is a common coin, some varieties and mint state examples are worth more than their face value. Now, let's talk about value. Circulated 1998 quarters from Philadelphia and Denver are generally worth 25 cents, but uncirculated examples can be worth $1 to $5, depending on condition. High-grade coins, those graded MS67 or MS68, are much more valuable because they are hard to find. These can sell from $100 to over $500 at auctions. The 1998 S-proof coins, especially the silver-proof versions, can be worth $10 to $40 depending on their grade and appearance. Collectors also look for errors, such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or missing lettering. Rare error coins can sell for $50 to several $100s depending on how dramatic the mistake is. In conclusion, the 1998 quarter dollar may be a common coin, but it represents the end of an era in U.S. coin history. Its value can rise significantly in mint condition or when special varieties are found, making it a fun and rewarding coin to examine closely. If you have any 1998 quarters at home, make sure to check them carefully, you might just have a hidden treasure. Next coin. The 1995 United States quarter dollar, one of the final years of the classic Washington quarter series before the launch of the state quarter program in 1999. Even though this coin is common in circulation, collectors still search for specific varieties and high-grade examples that can bring surprising value. Let's dive into the history. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932, created to celebrate the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. Designed by sculptor John Flanagan, the coin became one of America's most iconic pieces of circulating currency. For decades, the design remained mostly unchanged, keeping Washington's portrait on the obverse and the bold American eagle on the reverse. By 1995, the coin was struck in huge quantities at two major U.S. mints, Philadelphia Mint, no mint mark, Denver Mint, Mint mark the year 1995 is part of the copper-nickel-clad era, as silver quarters were discontinued for circulation in 1965. The coin is made of 75% copper and 25% nickel, with a pure copper core. Each piece weighs 5.67 grams and measures 24.3 millimeters in diameter. Even though the 1995 quarter is not rare, collectors pay close attention to condition, eye appeal, and mint errors. Quarters that have spent decades in circulation show plenty of wear, but high-grade examples, especially those graded MS66 and above, become much harder to find. So what is the value of a 1995 quarter? In circulated condition, most 1995 quarters are worth face value, 25 cents. They are extremely common in everyday pocket change. However, for uncirculated and mint state coins, the value increases. MS63 grade, usually worth $2 to $4. MS65 grade, can bring $8 to $15. MS66 grade, often valued between $25 and $40. MS67 and above, these are rare, and top-quality examples can reach $150 to $300. Depending on eye appeal and market demand, collectors also look for errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and clipped planchets. These mistakes can turn an ordinary 1995 quarter into a coin worth $50, $100, or even more, depending on the severity of the error. The 1995 quarter is an important part of U.S. coin history because it belongs to the final years of the traditional Washington Eagle design. Just a few years later, in 1999, the United States Mint launched the 50-state quarters program, forever changing the appearance of the quarter dollar. So if you have a 1995 quarter at home, check its condition closely. Even though most are common, the right combination of high-grade or striking error could make your coin more valuable than you expect. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy videos about world coins, collectibles, and rare finds, remember to like, share, and subscribe for more numismatic content.